listening to the Full Court Press with your host, Drew Duncan. Don't you dare touch that dial. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Full Court Press. I am your host, Drew Duncan. Don't forget Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is all at Drew Duncan 83. Guys, I've been looking forward to this interview all week long. She was the first ever in the UFC to have a women's TKO. She is now officially an accomplished author, and additionally, she's got a 9-2 record with very notable wins over Miesha Tate and Amanda Nunes. She is cat-zingano, and she's right here on the Full Court Press. Cat, thank you so much for being on the program today.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. And, you know, from what I've seen, Kat, not a lot of fighters are authors. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that would love to hear about your new book. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
It's called Train Like a Fighter. It's getting MMA fit without taking a hit. And the point of the book was because I'm constantly having to share this information, not having to, but, you know, I train people. I get fighters ready. I'm a coach. On top of it, I'm an athlete. I have teammates, and all of us kind of share the same wealth of knowledge as far as getting super fit, like in a very short amount of time, you know, getting ready for fights and having it be like optimal fitness. You know, we can go 5 rounds. We have this like crazy fighter body that translates nicely to what you look like when you wear a bikini. So I wanted to kind of give everybody the tools and access to what we all know as fighters, to just kind of lean up and get as healthy as possible, and also work on your endurance and just overall fitness, and to change up your workouts to kind of keep them fun and different and evolving. So, you can set goals like we set goals, and, I just put it down on paper and threw in some diet stuff and threw in some physiology stuff, and just wanted to, give people what we all have in the community of MMA so they could kind of join us and have fun looking like and training like their favorite fighters.
You know, Kat, a lot of people choose to do videos when they put out tutorials on how to exercise and take proper care of your body. You, however, have chosen to go the book route. Why don't you go into a little bit of depth for us, if you would, please, about why you chose to do a book and as opposed to doing a video?
I think a book is helpful because, you can do it at your home. I know you could throw in a video. There's probably those to come for me as well. But this was really just something I wanted people to be able to thumb through and kind of have down on paper. For me, I can have an emailed copy of what my schedule is like and what my diet is like, but it's not the same as being able to thumb through it or stick it on the refrigerator and kind of walk by it and look at it. The out of sight, out of mind aspect of media or whatever is on the internet, I don't feel like it keeps you as engaged as if you have to walk by something every day and see it. And all these workouts are designed for minimal equipment, a lot of your body weight, and really to be able to do everything in your own house, or to be able to take it to a park or somewhere where you just get a little bit of space. And I wanted to have it be something that's easily accessible for people so they could do it on their time and not have to completely, pack up everything they have, go to a gym, feel like they have to get started in front of a bunch of people if they don't want to. It's a very personal thing, and, MMA is a solitary sport, and I wanted to offer that same opportunity for people.
We're talking to cat-zingano right here on the Full Court Press. I am your host, Drew Duncan. She's preparing for UFC number 222 this weekend. Kat, as I made mention earlier, you have defeated Amanda Nunes and Miesha Tate, yet we're not talking about cat-zingano in a title shot. Why is that?
Well, I needed to take some time off, and respectively because it was what was best for me. There was a lot of talk in between as far as me maybe fighting Cyborg, me maybe coming in and fighting Amanda again. All of these things were opportunities that at some point were an idea, but when it really came down to it, to fight those fights the way that I want to fight and to fight the way that I can fight, I really needed to kind of, exile myself and put in the work to get myself better and best as possible. so I could do this as safely and as successfully as possible. And yeah, I mean, I needed to do just that, and that's why you're seeing me where you see me right now, is because I'm the best I could possibly be. And those girls are, you know, I feel like it's all still being set up. I also beat Raquel Pennington, who is in line to fight Amanda Nunes next. So I mean, there's this whole top barrage of girls that I've competed against that I think are all interesting matchups should everything go my way Saturday night. And you know, obviously that's the plan, and I'm sure that's in the horizon. And I know, you know, Ketlin is undefeated and she's doing really well. So I have a very large suspicion that this fight is being looked at as the number one contender fight. I think that the winner will definitely get looked at as being up for a title shot next.
Kat, you made mention earlier about looking good in a bikini on your Twitter and all over TMZ. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who saw the photo that you put out of you being in a bikini. You're very confident in your own body, obviously. What is the message that you would give to women and young ladies that are out there listening right now that may be feeling a little insecure within themselves?
Well, one is that, you know, like with that book, like I said, I'm trying to share what I have, and I've been asked over and over again, like I can get big, and when I'm big is when I'm very healthy. You know, I walk around at 160 pounds at times, and I'm strong as hell, and I'm fast, and I'm agile, and I'm just thick, and I love that side of me too. But then when I can get leaned up and I can put in all this work and, you know, get my physiology and my physique down too, like I also appreciate having the tools for that. And that was one of the things that I wanted to give people in the book, because people constantly ask me how I'm doing that. But, you know, on top of it, it's like I'm trying to figure out who said 35 means you have to look a certain way. You know, it's kind of like, well, you know what they say. It's like, okay, who's they? You know, like throwing age agendas out there these days is kind of ridiculous. I remember being 20 and thinking 30 was crazy old. And then I turned 30 and I'm like, man, life is kind of just beginning, you know? And same thing, I mean, there's really no assignment to me as far as how you should be at what age and what you feel like. And, you know, it's all in a state of mind. And I just want to encourage people to live their best life possible. Just because you're a certain age doesn't mean your life is over. You know, it could be just beginning. That's where hobbies come in. That's where, like, listening to yourself and getting to know yourself comes in, and making little changes that evolve you and improve you. I mean, we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. So, you know, finding out what it is that you can do to kind of optimize your time and your life and your happiness, and get out of bad situations and get into good situations, and constantly be making the changes to improve. Like, that's what I'm trying to encourage. And looking a certain way doesn't mean you feel a certain way. You know, feeling a certain way doesn't mean you look a certain way. And I just want to encourage people to kind of look outside the box as far as that goes with improving on themselves.
Age has certainly not affected Tom Brady, age 40, still playing at a high level and in Super Bowl, so I couldn't agree with you more, Kat. This is the part of the program where I give all of my guests, and you are certainly no exception to the rule, a moment to just have the floor, say whatever it is that's on your mind, and it is all yours.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be here, to be fighting. You know, my fight tonight is for everybody. I mean, it's not tonight, it's Saturday. It's my fight every day. I've been fighting every day for a while. But, you know, it's, you know, the fight is a daily. The 15 minutes you see in there is very small compared to what we all go through. And I'm fighting for everybody. Like, I want to get through everything I've gotten through, to show everybody they can get through what they need to get through. And it's, you know, I'm very inspired by people being inspired, and I just want to show my gratitude and how thankful I am for the positivity that I get, and, you know, throw it back out at you guys. So I'm grateful, and thank you. And, you know, I've had a lot of support with my sponsors, the best support I ever got in my entire life. For any training camp ever, this camp was my son. It was ridiculous how cool he was, and how good he was, and how helpful he was. And it's crazy to me. I just watched my little boy turn into a young man, and, you know, really help take care of his mom. And I feel so supported and so held by that, and it means a lot to me. And it's just making those right choices and doing the right thing long enough so good things can happen.
My son is going to be 12 years old coming up on March the 6th. They grow up so fast, don't they? My goodness. Kat, thank you so much for being on the program. It was a real pleasure speaking with you. Great takes all the way around.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
All right, everybody. That was cat-zingano. She is ready for UFC number 222 and a match that she believes clearly could put her right back in contention and talking about a bantamweight championship. This is the Full Court Press. I am your host, Drew Duncan. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is all at Drew Duncan 83. We'll be back right after this. Don't you dare touch that dial.